Hello everyone, welcome to EHF Indonesia 2020 Goes Online. This is Institution Webinar Series. My name is Anton Hilman. I'm going to be moderating this webinar. This webinar is going to be presented by Irish Universities and Medical Schools Consortium, Mr. Semos. Please stay tuned until the end of the webinar because after the presentation, we will hold a Q&A session. If you have any question about the presentation or about the university, you can submit your question in YouTube's comment section anytime throughout the presentation. Now, please welcome the representative of Irish Universities and Medical School Consortium, Mr. Semos.
Anton, thank you very much, and thank you to all the EHEF team. Appreciate it. My name is Seamus McHugh. I am the recruitment director of the IUMC office in Malaysia. We're based out of Kuala Lumpur, and delighted to speak to you all today. I just share my screen now to start this presentation. Anton, you might allow me to share my screen, please. Anton, hello. Hello, can the moderator help me, please? You will have to allow me to share my screen from your end. Okay. Okay, I have it now. Okay, so as mentioned, I am the recruitment director of the Irish Universities and Medical School Consortium. The consortium is made up of 4 Irish universities, 4 of the top ranked universities in Ireland, 2 in Dublin, 1 in Cork, 1 in Galway, Trinity College Dublin, TCD, UCD, University College Dublin, down in the south of Ireland in Cork, UCC, University College Cork, and in the west of Ireland, National University of Ireland, Galway. So through the consortium, students like you can apply to all 4 universities through the IUMC. Each university has all sorts of programs from engineering to computer science, to arts and humanities. However, the IUMC is for medical schools and dental schools. For those of you students who are interested in applying to medical school or dental school, you can get assistance from our IUMC office. We do have, as mentioned, we're in Malaysia. We also have an office in Hong Kong and Thailand. We have some support staff based in Ireland. Anton tells me I have about 30 minutes. I do have a good video, so I'd like to show that at the beginning because I will probably talk too much and not get the opportunity to show the video. So I think we'll start with an introduction video that kind of gives the student, the parents, counsellors an insight to Ireland, the medical schools and the campus. Welcome to Ireland. The Irish Universities and Medical School Consortium consists of 4 of Ireland's oldest and most prestigious universities. Trinity College Dublin, the oldest university in Ireland, dating back to 1592, right in the heart of Dublin City.
Hello, I'm Professor Michael Gale. I'm the head of the School of Medicine here at Trinity College Dublin. I'd like to welcome our international students to School of Medicine at Trinity College, and I look forward as head of school to meeting with you during your time here and to keeping in contact with you as you progress in your future career. years.
What I really like about Trinity is the way they structure their program. It's a spiral program and it's very well integrated and connected. So what you do will connect throughout the 5 years. And I think that helps your understanding and it betters the way you think about the program in general.
IUMC has been very supportive during the application process, and also IUMC students are very united and supportive of each other on campus.
University College Dublin, Ireland's largest university, ranked in the top 1% of universities worldwide and home to 8,000 international students.
We at UCD School of Medicine are proud to be members of the IUMC Consortium for well over 30 years now. We look forward to continuing this close relationship with IUMC and to graduating many, many more doctors through this program.
The IUMC has been really helpful because there's only one application going to 4 different schools, and the people in the IUMC, they're always available when we want to talk to them. They help us in everything that you want with the application process via WhatsApp or via email.
For first-year students, IUMC arranges accommodation on campus, which is really practical and convenient. I could just walk or cycle to class every day.
University College Cork, a tradition of independent thinking and Ireland's first 5-star university.
Here at UCC, we have been welcoming international students, including IUMC students, to our medical programs for many years. We have excellent facilities, a wonderful curriculum, and particularly good pastoral and personal supports for students when they're far away from home.
The best thing about IUMC is that the application process was very easy and very convenient.
And the best thing about IUMC is that it brings together all the 4 best universities in Ireland, and I chose UCC.
Nui Galway, world leaders in medical education and research, training doctors for over 150 years.
The IUMC has had a proud tradition for over 30 years of welcoming students to study medicine in Ireland. And our graduates not only have had a wonderful experience studying in Ireland, but also have gone on to become healthcare leaders throughout the world.
IUMC held a pre-departure meeting for Malaysian students so that they can prep us on what to expect when we first arrive in university, and that really helped me.
I really appreciate the IUMC for what it has done to help me in my process. I feel like it's really smoothed out my application. It has also helped me find an accommodation as well.
3 cities, 4 universities, 1 application system. The IUMC universities are the leading education providers in Ireland, with internationally recognised degrees and excellent opportunities for international students at home and abroad. Let's find out more about the IUMC offering and how this benefits international students. The IUMC team, we provide expert advice to international students thinking of a career in medicine, dentistry, and other programs. Our team manage the process in 5 stages. Stage 1, advice and application. Stage 2, interview and acceptance. Stage 3, accommodation and immigration. Stage 4, pre-departure and enrollment. Stage 5, support in Ireland during the full degree programme. We also offer discounted fees to IUMC students. If you are thinking about studying medicine or dentistry in Ireland, please get in touch with us. We are here to help.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. So look, I thought I'd start with that to give you all kind of a look into each campus and explain a bit more about the IUMC. Okay, we're going to cover some of these parts today. Anton, I will do my best to stick to the time allocated, so please jump in if I'm going exceeding the time. So I think as few students pointed out there about the convenience of really applying to medical schools and dental schools in Ireland through the IUMC. We have support staff over here in Southeast Asia. So Indonesian students can contact our office in Malaysia, in Bangkok, and apply to one university if they want, 2, 3, or 4 universities. Then, of course, we would help with interview preparation, and ultimately offer and guiding you through the whole process. That's a quick look at what we do, and I think most of that was covered in the video. We're really with our students from initial inquiry right through when they arrive in Ireland. I'll start off actually now with a bit of information about Ireland for those of you who are I suppose, just being introduced to the country. We are in Western Europe. We are very close to the UK. We're not part of the UK. Northern Ireland is a part of the UK. But when I was speaking about Ireland, I'm talking about the Republic of Ireland. All of our universities are in the Republic. From Indonesia, it takes about 15 hours to fly from Indonesia to Dublin. You would take 2 flights, fly into Europe, fly into London, and then move over to Dublin or Cork, or Galway, of course. Population, it is a small country, so the population of Indonesia is huge. Ireland, we have 5 million. Now, there's 5 million in Ireland. However, we have a huge footprint globally. There are 70 million people worldwide that claim Irish ancestry. So you will find Irish people everywhere. About 25% of the population are in Dublin, the capital city. Our 3 main cities are Dublin, Cork, and Galway, where our 4 universities are. We are an English-speaking country, so we get asked this question quite a lot. We have 2 official languages, English and Irish. However, for students, you will most likely only hear English because our old Irish language isn't really spoken anymore. In the rural areas, you might find it, but not so much in the cities. The currency is the euro, and we are still a member of the European Union, unlike our friends across the water in the UK. Now, we are very, very famous for our scenic beauty, our rivers, our mountains, our lakes, and we are an extremely popular destination for blockbuster movies and film locations. So if you have never traveled to Ireland, you probably have seen us on the big screen. I'm sure you recognize some of the names. And again, we have an amazing culture, cultural heritage, language, music, dance, sport, very, very famous. You probably recognize some of the people on the screen. Maybe not so much on this side. We have Ed Sheeran here. You might be thinking he's British. No, Sheeran is an Irish name. Both of his parents, I believe, are Irish, so we are claiming him. And of course, he wrote the Galway Girl, the song, which you probably have heard of. And then this guy, Niall, is from One Direction, another famous band. Okay. Now, world leaders also, so I spoke a bit about the beauty, the natural beauty of Ireland and, the culture, but also world leaders are now choosing Ireland in areas like technology, financial services, medical technology. Ireland is becoming the technical hub of Europe. It's known as the Silicon Valley of Europe, in fact. I'm sure you recognize many of these logos here. Ireland has a very high concentration of European headquarters based in our major cities. This is a little snapshot of Dublin, where two of our universities are. You can see Trinity College Dublin is here. And around Trinity, you have the European headquarters of Google, Facebook, Amazon, LinkedIn, Twitter. So many, I could go on, of course, all day. So from financial services to technology to pharmaceuticals, Ireland is being chosen by many of these world leaders for many reasons, for business, for our universities, excellent graduates coming out of our universities, tax incentives, location, English-speaking country, stable government, and a lovely place to be in terms of attracting talent to these companies. Students specifically, why are students choosing Ireland? I mentioned quality. Our universities are all ranked in the top 1% of universities worldwide. So there's lots of employment opportunities for our graduates coming out of universities. I mentioned all of the multinational companies that are in Ireland at the moment, and the ability for students to stay back and work while in Ireland. But to add to that, a very important point is student satisfaction. So for international student satisfaction, Ireland is always ranked number 1 or number 2 in Europe over the past few years. We do very, very well for international student satisfaction. And that's not just for quality and teaching, it's for lifestyle, it's for welcome from the locals, many different reasons surveyed for international students, and Ireland ranks very, very high. We're an English-speaking country, as mentioned, very, very safe, friendly, which parents love, and which many reasons why people are choosing to stay in Ireland. Officially, for undergraduate students, you can stay for at least 1 year, and postgraduate students 2 years. And after that, if you still are employed, you can apply for your work permit. Okay. And recently I've seen our cities, and you will always see these different organizations, ranking cities in Europe for the friendliest, the nicest place to live. So we are consistently voted in Ireland, or in Europe's top places to live. And our 3 cities, Dublin, Cork and Galway, are always either top 5 or top 10 in Europe. And this is Cork City. Moving on to Galway and back up to Dublin. So beautiful places to live, and excellent for international students. So that's just a quick introduction to Ireland. I'm flying through that, just conscious of my time. Just to bring it back to the IUMC, I mentioned this slide about the 1 application to 4 universities. When applying, if you are interested for this year, for example, to study medicine, students will get in touch with our office. There's an application deadline of January the 15th. You would apply before that date. Then interviews are in February. Our office would assist students with preparation for interview. Our offers will be issued for students that are yet to complete exams. Conditional offers are issued, and then we would assist with, accommodation, immigration, every step of the way, and ultimately prepare our students for the start of the program. That's just a quick snapshot into the journey for a student. The degrees. Okay, so across our 4 universities, they all have a 5-year program. So 5-year medical degree, 5-year dental degree. It will be a Bachelor in Medicine, Bachelor in Surgery, Bachelor in the Art of Obstetrics for medicine, and dentistry, Bachelor in Dental Surgery at UCC, and a Bachelor in Dental Science at Trinity. So if you have qualifications such as A-levels or IB diploma, US diploma, SATs, then you will be applying for 5-year medicine. So, and anything outside of that, if you're online and you're thinking, okay, well, I don't have A-levels or IB, then get in touch with us and we can assist you and see what's available. Might be a foundation year or 6-year program, or a foundation year may be an option for you. So we can help with that. 4-year program, there are 4-year programs available at UCD and UCC. However, the IUMC office would mainly be, our main remit is undergraduate medicine, so 5- and 6-year programs. Okay, just a quick look into the program. So students are choosing, medicine abroad, and they're looking at places like UK and Ireland, and the reasons, I suppose, key features of the Irish medical schools is it's a modern curriculum governed by the World Federation for Medical Education. So it will be a degree that will be recognised internationally, which is very important for students coming to Ireland. It's a modern curriculum, integrated systems-based curriculum. There's a blur between preclinical and clinical years. Students would have introduction to patients from an early stage, from year 1 of the program. In fact, they would have early patient contact. Problem-based learning would be another feature of the program. The full program is delivered in Ireland. So if any of you students are thinking medical medicine abroad, you have probably seen dual degrees where you can do half of the program in Ireland, half in in somewhere in Asia, or half of the program in the UK and half back in Indonesia. So with the IUMC programs, the full preclinical and clinical years are delivered in Ireland. There are still opportunities to travel for students, which they love, but that will be through clinical electives through the summer. So for the 2 to 3 months of the summer, when you're not in university, you have an opportunity to do clinical electives with partner university and medical schools in the US, Canada, EU, and depending on what university, you would have an opportunity to get some experience in another country. Irish universities are research obsessed. They're all in the top 1% in terms of research rankings worldwide. So there's research element of each program, and students will have an opportunity to get involved with that. Mentorship and peer support is very important. Medical, dental degrees are, as you know, can be very, very challenging. Excuse me. There is a lot of support in Irish medical schools for students. And because of that, there's a very low dropout rate. So, if students are struggling in a certain area, they have someone to turn to. They have, for every 5-6 students, you will have a mentor, be it a professor or a lecturer on the program. And there will also be support from students. So 2nd-year students supporting 1st-year students, 3rd-year students supporting 2nd-year students, and so on. Okay, so look, that's just a quick look at some of the features of the Irish medical schools, and I suppose reasons why students are choosing Ireland for medical and dental programs. Again, if you were to come into a foundation, if you didn't have A-levels or an IB, contact us separately and we will advise on procedure for that. There's an emphasis on early patient contact, as mentioned previously. So you would have the family case study, for example, in year 1, where students have the opportunity to go into the local community and visit a family that had recently had a child, and you would follow the progression of that child. So there is opportunities for students to get into year 1 and have patient contact, and students seem to like that. From year 3, 2nd semester of year 3, you would be fully immersed in a clinical setting. spending most of your time in the training hospitals in Ireland. Excuse me. So just a sample really of a student's potential pathway. So if you were doing undergraduate medicine 5 or 6 years, you would graduate in 5th year, we'll just say, for example, graduate in year 5 with a Bachelor in Medicine, Bachelor in Surgery, Bachelor in the Art of Obstetrics, or if it was dentistry, you would also graduate with a Bachelor in Dental Surgery or a Bachelor in Dental Science. For medicine, there is an internship year. Dentistry, there's not an internship year, so you can actually go straight into employment. With medicine, there is an internship year required. It might be called residency, depending on where you come from. In Ireland, we call it a medical internship. So depending on, I suppose, when you graduate, it's something you would need to apply for in final year. It's not something a part of the program. It's an application process you would go through in year 5 if you want to do your internship in Ireland. Then students can go a specialist pathway or general practice pathway. If you want to become a GP, it would take about 4 years, and then it can take up to 8 or 9 years, 8 to 10 years really, to become a consultant at the minimum. A look into our universities. So we do have 4 universities as part of the IUMC. National University of Ireland, Galway is in the west of Ireland. As you can see, it has a beautiful old campus. However, state-of-the-art facilities, huge investment has gone into the Irish university system. And Galway have about 18,000 students from 115 different countries, so extremely diverse campus. The medical school is attached to Galway University Hospital, so very convenient for students. The training hospital, the main training hospital is right beside the medical school, and they have research expertise in cancer and stem cell and different areas across all of our 4 universities. And Trinity College Dublin, based in the capital city, Dublin, is right in the city centre. It's the oldest university. It's nearly 450 years old, with about 18,000 students. They take in about 210 students into the medical program every year, with about 30% non-EU students. They have different research specialities than we would have in Galway. They also have in 4th year, they have an integrated master's in biomedical science. That would be optional. So if students want to take a year out, do a master's degree, and then come back and move into finish the medical degree, that will be possible. We have UCD also in Dublin. It's in the southern part of the city on a massive campus. It's the largest university in Ireland with about 38,000 students and 8,000 international students. of undergraduate medical students also into their degree program. And finally, we have UCC, University College Cork, has about 23,000 students. 3,500 approximately are non-EU international students. They have excellent partnerships with other universities worldwide, where students can do clinical electives during the summer, and research expertise in food and health, cancer, and public health in various different areas. I think I have a few more minutes. Anton, is that right? I might just...
Yes, we still have 5 minutes left.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I I won't show that video because it'll just burn into our time, but just a bit on requirements, because some students might be thinking, what do I need to get into an Irish medical school? So students, most of our students will come from A levels or IB diploma. If they're coming from A levels, they would need 3 A levels. Most students will present with chemistry, biology, and mathematics, for example. And the minimum standard will be A's. In the IB diploma, the minimum would be 36. Again, chemistry would be expected with at least one other science. So again, we would see chemistry and biology usually presented at higher level, with maths at standard level, and then another subject at higher level like English or economics or psychology. There's an examination called HPAT, but which is not relevant for non-EU students applying to Irish medical schools. So if students do see that on universities, that would not be required for them. They don't need an extra examination if they have, if they're applying for a non-EU place. English proficiency, Ielts Toefl is also accepted. And I think most students will be used to that applying to universities abroad. Here, the American system AP, if they're coming from an American system school, they would need to present with their GPA and AP exams and SAT. Living costs in Ireland range from 1,100 to 1,400 euros per month. I suppose in summary, Dublin will be about 13,000 euros for the academic year. Galway and Cork will be about 10,000 euros. And then I'll finish on this, Anton, if that's okay. Excuse me, I have a bad cough. Students can get in touch with me at the email provided. To apply, they fill out our application form. We will send you the application form. They can complete that form, send it to our office with the supporting documents, like predicted grades or actual grades, transcripts, reference letter, personal statement, etc., etc. If they have a strong application, they will be invited to interview. Interviews are usually held in February every year, and this year, of course, due to the circumstances, all the interviews were over Zoom or Skype. So that would be the general application process. Quite straightforward. Complete the application form, select your universities in order of your preference, gather your supporting documents, and send all to our office, where we would follow up with you and hopefully be in touch with you regarding an interview. Okay, Anton, so look, I'll leave it at that because I know the time is kind of up at the
Thank you
moment.
very much, Mr. Samus. Thank you for your presentation. Now we will begin the Q&A session. I collect some questions. The first question, it goes, what kind of the document should be prepared to apply to the university for dentistry program?
Okay, yeah, good question. All right. Okay, so just, if you're looking at the screen now, if you are yet to complete your exams, you would get predicted grades from your school. You would also need your actual grades from the past 4 years, so from grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, your reports from your school. If you have GCSEs, you would present with them also. You would need a minimum of 1 reference letter from your school also. A personal statement of 500 to 800 words. IELTS or TOEFL certificate. Duolingo is also a new one that is accepted this year. It's an online English test that will be accepted. If you are yet to take an English examination, you can apply without that, and then because some students will apply before the deadline and they have not completed an English examination, and then they will submit that afterwards, so you can do that. CV resume outlining your experience, your education background, your work experience, volunteer work, awards and achievements, basically giving us, you know, the admissions committee a look into your background, a 1 to 2 page document. That would be copy of your passport, and there's an application fee of €50. So if you apply to one university, it's €50. If you apply to 4 universities, it's still €50. So that would be the documents you would need to apply.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer. The second question, it goes, for Indonesian high school student, is it okay to apply with their national high school diploma?
Yes, so in that case, students would need to apply to a foundation. Now there is a foundation available at Trinity College Dublin. So potentially you would apply to that foundation. You would get an offer, say, for a foundation program at Trinity. If you successfully get past that program in Dublin, then you would move into medicine year 1. So instead of it being a 5-year degree, it end up being 6 years to complete. So you would do a 1-year foundation. If you're successful, you would move into year 1 of medicine. So I suppose the answer is yes, you can apply with that, but you would need to go through a foundation route.
Thank you. The third question, is there a doctoral degree in nursing? If you register, do you have to get an LOA first?
Okay, so for that question, it would be best contact the university, so individual university, because the IUMC is for medical schools and dental schools. So I suppose nursing, I wouldn't be, you know, I wouldn't really know. I could give an answer, but it might not be accurate. So and my advice to you would be to join one of the Irish university webinars that should be going ahead in the next few days or even today, and ask them that question, because they will, you know, nursing is provided in many of our universities and institutes. So for nursing, I would deal directly with the universities.
Okay, all right. The next question is, how about the program of postgraduate in medicine?
So if this is a student that already has a medical degree, then there are some programs available. Yes, our focus will be undergraduate medicine, but please take down my email. If you drop me an email, I will send you the postgraduate opportunities available to you. So you can just take my email down there, seamus.mchugh@iumcireland.com. I will send you some information on the postgraduate programs.
Thank you. The next question is there any scholarship given by your university?
Yeah, okay. So if you look on the university websites, there's a fee for medical schools, but through the IUMC you will get a scholarship of a partial scholarship. It's anywhere from 6 to 11,000 euros per year. So students would get that through the IUMC. The full scholarship available for year 1. However, any successful student would automatically get a scholarship, and it would range from 6,000 euros to 11,000 euros, depending on what university they receive an offer to. And so that would be a partial for year 1. For year 2 and year 3, there are other scholarships that you can apply for. For example, Trinity College Dublin have scholarships that year 2 students can apply to, and they will be a full fee waiver scholarship for the following year. And the other universities have similar opportunities also, but I know for sure Trinity have a full fee waiver scholarship available for year 2 students.
Thank you. The next question would be the last question. Does the TOEFL or IELTS mandatory for IB student given the English score achievement is high enough?
Good question. And the answer is you can request an exemption. So if your grade is at the correct level in IB English or GCSE English, you can just submit your application without IELTS and inform us that you request an exemption because you have a certain level in IB English, and you know that will need to be approved by the medical schools, but you know in most cases it will be.
Thank you very much. That's the end of our Q&A session. Just a reminder, you can still connect with Mr. Shamus through the information given earlier. Thank you, Mr. Shamus, for this good presentation. I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.
Anton, thank you very much. Thank you to all you and all the team. I'm happy to follow up on any students separately, and hopefully in the next coming days they might also be attending. So look, thank you very much and take care.
Thank you. And thank you for all for watching. Don't forget to see our institution webinar series tomorrow, and see you tomorrow.